Good evening, I'm Bo Williams, and welcome to the 7. Let's get a look at the Big 7 stories right now. Topping the list for us, a big effort to improve a stretch of interstate as it runs across Knox County. Even the man in charge of Tennessee's road network admits is notorious for its traffic congestion. It's a 17-mile stretch of I-40 from the I-75 interchange to the western end of I-640. State lawmakers pointing out today that it likely is the busiest stretch of interstate in Tennessee, with 218,000 cars and trucks passing through each day, and home to a weigh station that has traditionally been known as the busiest in the country. During the next 18 to 24 months, TDOT will invest in preliminary engineering to determine what corridor improvements need to be made. Today's announcement tells us TDOT is actively working on a plan, but the department is still in the early stages of mapping it out. Now, leaders gathering at the weigh station for this morning's announcement certainly did not need any reminder of the need for upgrades. Several, including TDOT Commissioner Butch Ely, could not help but noticing the river of traffic behind him.
Does anybody doubt we've got a little traffic going on in West Knoxville?
Is it going to solve everything immediately? No, there's not enough money to do that. But it is helping us jumpstart.
We're going to address the entire corridor as a comprehensive project. And so we've been looking at What Road and Campbell Station and other improvements, but we're going to be able to now use these dollars to be able to look at a comprehensive approach.
Commissioner Ely pointing out their project is happening because state lawmakers passed the Transportation Improvement and Modernization Act last year. It puts $3 billion into better roads for Tennessee. The act also opened the state up to what have been dubbed choice lanes, a system of pay-to-drive express lanes. We don't know yet whether the 640 corridor will include any of those lanes, but Commissioner Ely said today that it will include an evaluation of choice lanes and, quote, whatever we do will be with choice lanes in mind. A big step in a huge court case takes the next slot on our list tonight. That case starting back in February with the deadly encounter documented in this body cam video, a traffic stop ending with one Blount County Sheriff's deputy shot and wounded. The other deputy, Greg McCowan, also shot and killed. That led to a manhunt in the scene as suspect Kenneth DeHart was tracked down and arrested. Now the action moves to the courtroom with the judge this morning reading DeHart the charges he's facing.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
First-degree murder, attempted first-degree murder.
Kenneth DeHart arraignment was brief to set the stage for the next few steps in this case. The judge set several deadlines, including October 11th, the point at which the state must decide if it will seek the death penalty. WAT 6 on your side legal analyst Greg Isaacs expects prosecutors will, and he predicts the eventual trial will be long, even with body camera footage.
There is going to be a significant amount of evidence. You're going to have forensic evidence. You're going to have autopsy reports. There's going to be a lot of information that if the defense asks, the state will be required to provide, and that typically takes a while.
DeHart has another court appearance scheduled for December 13th. That's when the court is expected to set a trial date. In the meantime, DeHart will continue to be held in jail without bond. Of course, we'll keep following the case closely. Next on our list, two separate shootings in Knoxville. First, detectives investigating after two men were shot over an apparent card game dispute. This happening in East Knoxville. Officers arrived at a home along Henrietta Avenue at about 4 a.m. today. Inside the home, they found two men, both 33, with gunshot wounds. They were both taken to UT Medical Center with serious injuries. Again, KPD says that based on the preliminary investigation, it is believed that the shooting took place over a card game. Several people were detained for questioning and further investigation, but no charges have been filed at this time. Next, in South Knoxville, a murder investigation is underway after 3 people were shot and 1 person was killed. Knoxville police responded to a house in the 3200 block of Gilbert Lane around 1:15 this morning. When officers arrived, they found a 22-year-old woman dead, 2 others with non-life-threatening gunshot wounds. The cause of death has not been determined. During the investigation, a 3rd gunshot wound victim arrived at a hospital. KPD says this is a man of interest. He has been interviewed by homicide detectives. KPD says the investigation is still in the early stages. Well, a car crashing into a doctor's office, leaving several people injured. It happened at an office building in the 100 block of Town Creek Road in Lenoir City. Police say a woman's foot slipped off the brake. Her car then jumping the sidewalk, crashing into a doctor's office building. We're told 3 to 4 people have minor injuries. One person was taken to the hospital just to be checked out. New information from that tornado outbreak throughout this week. You know, we've been showing you pictures of the damage from the EF1 tornado that touched down in the town of Sunbright. And again, you can see some of those images behind me here. As a matter of fact, we're going to continue to follow that for you. Crews have been surveying. People in that area have obviously been helping out, other communities helping in the clean out. TEMA, though, paying a visit to Sunbright earlier today.
Yeah, it's pretty concentrated, but it's devastating, right? So you see the funeral homes behind us here, so a pretty big business in this community, and then a number of homes just around this area. And we're going to go and look at some other businesses here when we leave here, and homes that were damaged, suffered pretty significant damage. So, we're pretty fortunate that those that are displaced have places to go right now, but we're just going to continue paying attention and make sure that anyone that has an unmet need, that we'll be able to try to get them some help.
Director Shaheen said one of the best things to do now is to take up Tennessee's motto as the volunteer state and help out. We're also told the American Red Cross and people have been donating food, clothing to the families who lost their homes. Throughout the week, we've been getting you ready for the 2024 Covenant Health Knoxville Marathon. And, well, kind of caught the calm before the storm, if you will. This is the big setup going on today. The staging area being set up earlier in World's Fair Park. As again, we're getting ready for tomorrow's race. And if you're racing, you got to show up 9 o'clock in the morning tomorrow to grab your mandatory packet at World's Fair Park. You got to get your bib and everything that comes in that goodie bag, your racing bib, timing chip, race shirt, and a goodie bag, as we mentioned. And if you are racing, you have to come by tomorrow to do that at World's Fair Park. There's no Sunday packet pickup. Make sure to get there early. More than 9,000 people are expected to come by throughout the day.